console version, Rust just dropped a massive update, and that is update 1.42 for the console edition of Rust. And like always, I, Serial Overdrive, am here to go over those patch notes. So without further ado, let's get into the Rust console edition 1.42 patch notes. But before we get into it, let's talk about the most important thing in the room. You and me, of course. I want to make you feel a little bit closer to me, so I'm going to let you in on a dirty little secret. It is an uncomfortably short period of time between now and the last time I shit myself. In fact, I'm sitting in it right now, so I'm going to make this video as fast as possible. Before that, because I just let you in on a dirty little secret, maybe hit the subscribe button. Anyways, let's get into the patch notes. Hello survivors. The patch introduces some balance changes, better loot from various objects, and more bug fixes. Oh, the glory. And yes, the jackhammer is back to its former glory. Items. Fix the jackhammer so that if it's broken, it can be refilled at a workbench. Players waking up near a buried small stash will no longer trigger the audio effect of the stash being raised from the ground. Mailbox storage slots increased from 12 to 13. They should have really made it 69, but what do I know? Fix the order of the laser sight and MP5A4 in the tech tree level 3. Fix some items not automatically stacking when added to wooden boxes. Fix the recycler not giving enough resources when recycling more than one of the same item. Fix blueprint highlight of the rug turning invisible when viewed from below. Weapons. Change the F1 grenade damage types. Grenades now do much more damage to vehicles. So you've got a new way to raid Bradley. That's what it means, basically. Because we don't have vehicles in-game, despite what some people say in clickbait videos. Updated the appearance of the simple handmade sight weapon attachment. World. Rifles can now be looted from locked crates. Crates dropped by destroyed helicopters can no longer be used for storing items. That's right, clans. You can't knock down a helicopter and use it for extra boxes. No, you've got to craft those boxes, boys. Crates underneath Oxford's gas station can no longer be used for storing items. This one goes out to the grubs, I guess. Improve the loot you can get from the helicopter crates. Improve the loot you can get from supply drops. Improve the loot you can get from Bradley APC crates and increase slots from 6 to 12. Increase loot crate slots from 6 to 12. Reduce the amount of rifle and shotgun ammunition that can be found in toolboxes. Increase the amount of metal pipes that can be found in military crates. And fixed rusty barrels turning red when viewed from a distance. So the barrels turning red, I really do like that because that throws me off when I'm sort of going that solo route and I need a little bit of oil to get those furnaces off the ground. Unfortunately, what we see here, well, you've got this loot increase from helicopter supply drops, Bradley APC. That, I think, is actually like a very negative thing for a lot of solo and duo players, because those things are things that tend to be taken on by clans, which means clans are going to have a much larger advantage over us because now they're getting good loot, and we can't even hope to get into like a lucky monument when no one's online and get that loot that we need. No, we've got to wait until the clans are all ready to desert the server, and we all know sometimes that doesn't happen because we're talking about some real no-lifes sometimes. In addition to that, reducing the amount of rifle and shotgun ammunition that can be found in toolboxes, it is another slight nerf to solos because who else is running those toolboxes? It's like 1 hour into it clans and a lot of solos, I think. Next up, we've got monuments. Code lock crates will no longer decay, preventing them from disappearing. Fix texture and LOD issues at the large oil rig and fishing village. Fix missing collision on a window in one of the buildings at Harbor. Added a second recycler to Bandit Camp. That's only going to appear after the next server wipe because anytime there's a map change, it needs to be wiped fully for that change to appear on the map because the map has to be regenerated to add that recycler in. Increase the size of tech trash on the ground at Fishing Village. Lowered an engine that was floating off the ground at Fishing Village. Fixed a door at Fishing Village that couldn't be opened, so now you can go into an additional room, which is pretty much just adding a whole nother monument, right? Right? Animals can no longer enter safe zones and attack players at the Fishing Village. Code locks and key locks can no longer be placed on turrets at the Fishing Village and the Outpost. I have no idea why that matters, to be honest. Fixed texture issues on the pump jack. Player's shadows no longer disappear when standing close to searchlights, so you can no longer accuse your friends of being vampires. Fixed hitboxes of sleeping players. UI. Fixed a bug that could sometimes cause part of a Workbench UI to stay on the screen after closing it. Fix being unable to swap items from the inventory with items in containers. Spamming the take button on a single item no longer resets the action timer. So I don't know if there's some like no life that was, let's be honest, there's probably some dude with the Zen that figured out how to script it or something. Other changes. Networking changes to improve stability, fix memory leaks, and reduce server connection issues. That's actually a really big one for the custom servers, community servers, whatever we want to call them, the complete failure that never launched with the game. That is actually a big one for those things getting into the game. Unfortunately, the big problem is, from what I've heard, we're not really too close to being there with community servers. They've still got some issues with 2x servers, build servers, and PvP servers when you're talking about last gen running them. So we're still waiting on that one. That's the community servers update. I could make a whole nother video on it, make a big clickbait thing, make it 13 minutes long or 69 minutes, who cares? But I'm not going to do that. That's it. Fixed a crash caused by using a large medkit when entering deep water. So don't go deep with the medkit. But now it's fixed, so you can. It would have been a better joke if I... Anyways, that's all we've got for today. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like the fact that I didn't hit it to 8 minutes just to get that ad money, hit the like button, because I don't like wasting your time, but I do like getting a like and a subscribe. Until next time, peace.